Did you know that certain foods you're eating every day could be silently creating devastating inflammation in your body after 60? This hidden inflammation isn't just causing those mysterious aches and pains. It's actively triggering heart disease, accelerating arthritis, and even causing early cognitive decline. The terrifying part, you might be consuming these inflammatory foods with every meal without realizing the damage they're causing. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 common foods that doctors warn are creating silent inflammation bombs in your body, and exactly what to eat instead to quickly reduce pain, boost energy, and protect your health from further damage. This information could completely transform how you feel day to day, starting immediately. Let me tell you about Dorothy, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, she suffered from mysterious joint pain, constant fatigue, and brain fog that made even simple tasks difficult. Despite exercising regularly and taking multiple medications prescribed by her doctors, nothing seemed to help. Her condition only worsened, to the point where she could barely climb stairs or remember her grandchildren's birthdays. Doctors ran test after test but couldn't identify the root cause of her suffering. Then Dorothy met with a specialist who immediately asked about her diet. After reviewing what she ate daily, the doctor identified these 5 inflammatory foods that were silently destroying her health from the inside. What happened when she eliminated them? Within just 3 weeks, her joint pain decreased dramatically, her energy levels soared, and her thinking became clearer than it had been in years. Her friends couldn't believe the transformation. "It's like I got my life back," Dorothy told them, "and all because I stopped eating foods I never knew were hurting me." Could your diet be silently sabotaging your health too? Let's dive into these 5 inflammation-triggering foods that seniors must avoid, starting right now. Number 1. Refined vegetable oils. Is that heart-healthy cooking oil actually causing silent inflammation in your body? The answer might shock you. That bottle of vegetable oil, corn oil, or soybean oil sitting in your kitchen right now could be triggering more inflammation than almost any other food in your home. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School, these refined oils contain dangerously high levels of omega-6 fatty acids that directly trigger inflammatory responses throughout your entire body. Dr. Mark Hyman, renowned functional medicine physician, warns, "These industrial seed oils are perhaps the most dangerous foods in the American diet, creating chronic inflammation that can last for weeks after consumption." The problem isn't just what these oils contain, it's what happens when you heat them. When vegetable oils are heated during cooking, they create compounds called advanced lipid oxidation end products, ALEs, that cause devastating damage to your cells and tissues. Each time you use these oils, you're essentially creating an inflammatory storm inside your body. Take Vernon, a 73-year-old retired accountant from Pennsylvania. For years, he suffered from painful joint inflammation that made even holding a coffee cup excruciating. His doctors prescribed increasingly strong medications, but nothing provided lasting relief. It wasn't until his nutritionist suggested eliminating vegetable oils from his diet that things changed. "I was cooking everything in canola oil because I thought it was heart-healthy," Vernon explained. After switching to olive oil and avocado oil, his joint pain decreased by over 70% within just 3 weeks. His inflammation markers, which had been dangerously high for years, fell into the normal range for the first time in a decade. Here's what you need to do immediately. Go to your kitchen right now and check the ingredients on your cooking oils. If you see soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, or any vegetable oil blend, replace them today with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil. Even more important, check the ingredients on packaged foods. Manufacturers hide these inflammatory oils in everything from crackers to salad dressings to frozen meals. If you see these oils listed, put those products down and choose alternatives with healthier fats instead. Your joints, heart, and brain will thank you almost immediately. Are you willing to make this simple switch to reduce your body's inflammation starting today? Number 2, hidden added sugars. The sweetened foods you think are harmless could be triggering dangerous inflammation spikes throughout your body. Did you know that most healthy breakfast cereals contain more sugar than a chocolate bar? Or that your favorite low-fat yogurt often has more added sugar than ice cream? These hidden sugars aren't just expanding your waistline. They're creating silent inflammation that damages every cell in your body. According to a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, consuming added sugars triggers an immediate inflammatory response that can last for hours. Dr. Robert Lustig, endocrinologist and professor at the University of California, explains, added sugar is not just empty calories, it's toxic calories. Sugar causes inflammation in the bloodstream that ages your arteries and organs faster than normal. For seniors, this inflammation is particularly dangerous, attacking already vulnerable joints, blood vessels, and brain tissue. What makes this even more concerning? Sugar's effects become more severe as we age. After 60, your body's ability to process sugar decreases dramatically, meaning each sugary bite creates more inflammation than it did when you were younger. And the most frightening part? This inflammation doesn't just cause discomfort, it actively works against every medication and supplement you're taking to reduce pain and protect your health. Consider the case of Beatrice, age 72, from Arizona. For years, she suffered from crippling arthritis pain that kept her homebound despite taking multiple medications. What she didn't realize was that her healthy breakfast of instant oatmeal packets and orange juice contained over 40 grams of added sugar, the equivalent of 10 teaspoons. When her doctor finally analyzed her diet and helped her eliminate hidden sugars, the results were remarkable. Within 2 weeks, I could move my fingers without wincing for the first time in years, Beatrice reported. My energy levels doubled, and the brain fog I'd been experiencing simply vanished. Here's what you need to do right now. Start reading food labels carefully, looking specifically for sugar content and ingredients ending in O's, like fructose, glucose, or sucrose. Be particularly wary of foods marketed as low-fat or diet. Manufacturers often add extra sugar to compensate for the removed fat. Replace sweetened beverages, including fruit juices, with water or unsweetened tea. And satisfy your sweet tooth with whole fruits instead of processed sweets. The fiber in fruit slows sugar absorption and prevents inflammatory spikes. Can you make these sugar-reducing changes today? Your joints, heart, and brain are begging you to try. Number 3, processed wheat products. Could your morning toast be causing painful inflammation in your joints and brain? The answer might terrify you. That seemingly innocent sandwich, pasta dinner, or breakfast cereal could be silently triggering inflammatory responses throughout your entire body, especially after age 60. Leading gastroenterologists and neurologists have discovered that the wheat consumed today bears little resemblance to what your grandparents ate. Modern wheat has been hybridized and modified to contain significantly higher levels of inflammation-triggering compounds, particularly a protein called gliadin. According to Dr. David Perlmutter, renowned neurologist and author, today's wheat creates inflammation in the brain and body, even in people who don't have celiac disease, contributing to everything from arthritis to dementia. The Arthritis Foundation has acknowledged the connection, noting that for many seniors, eliminating wheat products results in significant reduction in joint pain and stiffness. Even more alarming, research from major medical centers shows that this wheat-induced inflammation doesn't just affect your joints. It targets your brain, potentially accelerating cognitive decline and memory problems. Take Timothy, a 69-year-old retired police officer from Michigan. For years, he suffered from what his doctors called treatment-resistant arthritis. His hands were so inflamed that buttoning his shirt became impossible, and his knee pain made walking more than a block excruciating. Despite trying numerous medications, nothing brought relief. Then, his daughter convinced him to eliminate wheat products for just 2 weeks. "I was skeptical," Timothy admits, "but I was desperate enough to try anything." The results shocked both Timothy and his doctors. Within 12 days, his joint pain decreased by over 60%. His morning stiffness nearly vanished, and he even reported clearer thinking and better memory. Here's what you need to do starting today. Begin systematically removing processed wheat products from your diet. Start with the obvious sources: bread, pasta, cereal, and baked goods, but also check labels for hidden wheat in sauces, soups, and processed foods. Replace these inflammatory foods with naturally gluten-free alternatives like sweet potatoes, squash, quinoa, or brown rice. If eliminating wheat completely feels overwhelming, start by reducing your consumption by half for 1 week, then gradually decrease from there. Have you noticed that your pain seems worse after eating certain wheat-containing foods? That's not a coincidence. It's your body sending you a crucial warning signal. Will you listen to it before more damage occurs? Number 4, conventional dairy products. The milk and cheese in your refrigerator might be silently worsening your arthritis pain and inflammation. That glass of milk you drink for calcium, or the cheese you enjoy with crackers, could actually be triggering inflammatory responses throughout your body, making your joints stiffer, your brain foggier, and your digestion more uncomfortable. Leading rheumatologists now warn that conventional dairy products contain a specific protein called A1-casein that can trigger significant inflammatory responses in many seniors. According to Dr. Susan Blum, founder of the Blum Center for Health, the A1-casein found in most American dairy creates an inflammatory reaction similar to gluten in sensitive individuals, particularly those over 60. What's particularly concerning is that this inflammatory response often doesn't cause obvious digestive symptoms, meaning you could be sensitive to dairy without realizing it. The Physicians' Committee for Responsible Medicine has reviewed multiple studies showing that eliminating dairy foods often leads to significant improvement in arthritis symptoms. Even more alarming, these inflammatory proteins don't just affect your joints. They can cross the blood-brain barrier, potentially contributing to cognitive decline and memory issues as you age. Consider Sylvia, a 74-year-old retired nurse from Florida. For decades, she consumed dairy products daily, believing they were essential for bone health. Meanwhile, she suffered from escalating joint pain and troubling memory lapses that her doctors couldn't explain. "I was taking calcium supplements and drinking milk every day for my bones," Sylvia explains, while simultaneously taking anti-inflammatory medications for my arthritis. When her rheumatologist suggested eliminating dairy for 3 weeks, the results were astonishing. Her joint pain decreased dramatically, her morning stiffness improved, and even her thinking seemed clearer. "It was like someone lifted a fog from my brain," she reported. Here's what you need to do right now. Begin systematically reducing conventional dairy products in your diet. Start by replacing cow's milk with plant-based alternatives like almond, coconut, or oat milk. Just be sure to choose unsweetened versions. If you're concerned about calcium, remember that dark leafy greens, canned salmon with bones, and calcium-fortified plant milks provide excellent alternative sources. For those who still want to enjoy some dairy, consider seeking out products made from A2 milk or goat's milk, which contain different proteins that may cause less inflammation. Isn't it worth trying this simple change for just 2 weeks to see if your pain decreases and your energy improves? Number 5, processed meats. Is that breakfast bacon or deli sandwich accelerating inflammation throughout your entire body? The answer is a resounding yes, and the damage might be more serious than you ever imagined. That seemingly innocent ham sandwich, morning bacon, or hot dog at a family gathering could be creating silent inflammation that's aging your body from the inside out. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as cigarettes, due to their devastating health effects. Dr. Frank Hu, professor of nutrition at Harvard School of Public Health, explains regular consumption of processed meats introduces compounds that trigger immediate inflammatory responses and accumulate in tissues over time, creating chronic inflammation that can lead to arthritis acceleration, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. What makes processed meats particularly dangerous for seniors is the combination of inflammatory compounds they contain. The nitrates, advanced glycation end products, and high levels of saturated fat create a perfect storm of inflammation, especially in bodies already dealing with age-related inflammation. Even worse, these inflammatory compounds don't just cause momentary damage, they accumulate in your tissues over time, creating a progressive inflammatory burden that grows with each bite. Take Russell, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Virginia who had been eating deli meat sandwiches for lunch almost daily for decades. Despite following his doctor's advice about exercise and medication, his arthritis continued worsening. His blood pressure remained dangerously high, and his energy levels plummeted. "I thought I was dying," Russell admits. After a health scare sent him to a specialist who immediately identified his processed meat consumption as a major contributor to his inflammation, Russell eliminated these foods completely. Within just 1 month, his joint pain decreased significantly, his blood pressure normalized, and his energy returned to levels he hadn't experienced in years. Here's what you need to do immediately. Begin eliminating all processed meats from your diet, including bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats, pepperoni, and salami. Replace these inflammatory foods with fresh, unprocessed protein sources like beans, lentils, fresh fish, eggs, or unprocessed chicken and turkey. If preparing fresh foods feels overwhelming, consider simple alternatives like canned wild salmon or tuna in water, rotisserie chicken with the skin removed, or even plant-based protein options. The inflammatory damage from processed meats accumulates with every bite. Can you really afford to continue consuming these foods knowing what they're doing to your body? Make this change today and start feeling the difference within days. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment "inflammation" below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue creating content that supports and protects your health. Now that you know the 5 most dangerous inflammatory foods that could be silently damaging your health, you have the power to make immediate changes that could transform how you feel. Imagine waking up with less pain, more energy, and clearer thinking, all from simply removing these inflammatory triggers from your diet. The choice is yours. Continue consuming foods that create silent inflammation bombs in your body, or make simple swaps that could help you feel better than you have in years. These changes don't require expensive supplements or complicated diets, just awareness and a willingness to choose foods that heal rather than harm. Your body has an incredible ability to recover once you stop the constant inflammatory assault these 5 foods create. You deserve to enjoy your golden years with comfort, clarity, and energy. And these simple dietary changes can help make that possible starting today. Comment below which of these inflammatory foods surprised you most, and if you've already noticed connections between any of these foods and how you feel. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive more life-changing health information that most doctors won't tell you. Share this with someone you care about who might be suffering from unexplained inflammation. You might just change their life.